Hello, welcome back. If you're a current subscriber, welcome if you're new. So this is part 2 of my series that I told you guys I would be working on. If you saw my first one, hopefully you enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun to do. You know, you gotta have fun in life, right? So, because sometimes you get questions about, certain scents, and especially with people being new, sometimes they just want to know their DL because there's a lot of vendors and you just sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming. So this week, by the title you saw, we have pretzels. Now, I think this is a fair amount of pretzel blends, but I could be missing some. We're gonna go through them. I haven't smelled all these recently again because I have a big collection. There's 2 that are blends, okay? So those aren't gonna be like the ultimate. They're gonna be the 2 blends I do, but then the other 5, I don't have a lot, like I said, but there isn't a lot, like, unless I'm missing some of the vendors I buy from don't have a specific pretzel. Or maybe I've had it and it's gone, but I sat here for days racking my brain, going through my collection, and I will have, oh, my hair is staticky. I will have posted, hopefully by this point, my collection video of my vendor wax. So that's what prompted me to do these videos, was because I was going through my wax and pulling items like, oh my gosh, this would work for that video, okay? So let's start with my first pretzel blend that I tried. Or, well, this isn't even a blend. This is from Lord Apothecary. And I know this sucks because this vendor isn't open, but I want to compare it to. So this one is Sweet Pretzel Twist. It's caramel, soft, salty pretzel. So again, I didn't think this was a blend. I thought it was just salted it is Sweet Pretzel Twist. Anyway, this definitely has caramel with the pretzel, okay? So this one isn't true. This isn't like you're gonna find this at the mall pretzel shop, or go to the fair and get a pretzel. I'm sure a lot of you have boardwalks that you go to. I live in the middle of the country. There isn't that kind of option. You go to the mall to get a pretzel. I don't know. Some people go to Sam's Club. I have no idea. I don't get, I get them at the fair or at the mall. We just don't have that kind of option here. Okay. So this one is kind of complex in the sense because it has the sweetness of that caramel in it. But this, to me, this is a little bit more doughier pretzel than some of these other ones are. Okay, my son just got home 5 minutes ago, so I was just making sure he didn't need me. I told him I was doing a video. Okay, and then we have Hayden Rose Soft Pretzel. This is more of a, compared to my other ones, this has it's like you have a pretzel that's a little bit more doughy, so it has a little bit of a sweetness smell to it. And then you just a slight bit of salt, okay? This is a very good pretzel with the softness of the dough, a little bit of sweetness because it's not fully hard, and then you have salt on it. But not a lot of salt, just a little bit salt, okay? So I would say this is leaning on the lighter end of pretzels to me. Now we have L3 pretzel. Like I said, I will let you know the one I have not warmed, but every other one I have warmed. Okay, this is a harder pretzel with some salt on it. Yeah, this is good. Oh, this is really good. Again, but it's not crunchy yet. It's still baked a little bit more, has some salt on it. I still get a little bit of sweetness. These 2 are very similar to me. Okay, I'm gonna smell, yeah, they are very much similar. This one is the soft pretzel, there's a little bit of a difference. Hang on, let me smell again. Hang on. Yeah, this is a little bit doughier and a little bit sweeter. So this one's more sweetness. So I don't have the scent notes for her Hayden Rose Soft Pretzel. So I don't know if there could be, is there a little bit of caramel in this? I don't know. But maybe the sweetness is because this is more doughy pretzel and this is a little bit harder pretzel. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna kind of lay these out based on kind of sweetness and how hard the pretzel is. Does that make sense to you? Because it does to me, because I like a hard, like I don't think I'd want mine too hard, but I'd like right in the middle with salt on it. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. This is Destination Wax Pretzel. This is the one I've never warmed. This is a yeasty pretzel. Yes, like that's the note I'm salty, buttery pretzels, it says. Maybe that's what, okay, I take that back. It's not yeasty. You've got a perfectly done pretzel and it's very heavy. Like they squished it in butter and then put the salt on it. That's what it is. It's not yeasty. It's this heaviness of the butter. Yes. Oh, that's buttery. So it's not crunchy, but it has a lot of butter and a lot of salt. Not a lot of salt, but it's like super, super soaked in the butter and then they dipped it in the salt. Okay, oh gosh, these are hard because they're so different and unique. Okay, and then we'll do the blends because clearly that other one is kind of a blend too. So I'm gonna go back to that because there is caramel noted on that lured scent and it's not available. Black Magic Melts. This is Mall Pretzel. You guys sold her out last time when I had mentioned this on a live. Summer had sent me some, and then Black Magic Melts actually sent this to me because I posted and shared about it, and they said, hey, we have some we'd like to send you. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so stinking sweet. So they did gift this to me, but Summer gifted it to me and I loved it then. So like that doesn't change anything because I've already warmed what Summer gave me. Oh, they're so good. This is not like L3's, man. No, this is a little bit of sweetness in this. This is not sweet. This is like, it's more on the crunchy end of my pretzel, especially when I warmed it. It's crunchier pretzel. There is butter, but it's not drenched in butter like Destination is. But hey, these are all great blends. And then you get salt in this. And when this warms, it is literally reminds me of like when I go to the mall with my daughter and she always want pretzel bites, like those little ones they cut up. And you've got quite a bit of that butter on it, but it's not like soaking wet in butter, but there's enough. And then they add the salt. Gosh, these are all so good and unique. I'm going to tell you that. Like, they're just so good and complex in their own right. And I just will say, if you have one that I don't have, will you please comment and share that with all of us? So now I'm going to go back to the blend. So I'm going to say Lourdes is more of a blend because it's got the caramel in it. So I definitely feel like that's kind of, you can't say it's a pretzel because you've got the sweetness from caramel. And I don't know if Hayden Rowe has anything else on there because it's not listed. If they list the scent notes, obviously I can say that. Okay, so next up is Lavender and Speckles Salted Pretzel Milkshake. Now, I'm going to tell you that I grabbed the ones that I didn't warm and cut up because these look prettier. So I do have ones that are cut up, but they were very messy and I did not want to show you. Okay, now this is a blend. So this is ice cream, vanilla, salted pretzel bites, and salted caramel. This is really good. I had, this was put away and then I was smelling these and I was like, okay, in the beginning, I didn't get as much of the crunchy, but as this is cured, because this is from November, as this is cured, I've gotten more of that crunchier or like perfectly baked pretzel with the creaminess of like the ice cream. And you get a little bit of the salted caramel, but not as much. And so I think this is really good. Do I wish she had just a plain pretzel? I mean, maybe Beth does, but I haven't seen it. But if you like a blend, like again, maybe you don't love pretzel on its own right, you might get there at some point because I didn't in the beginning either. This would be a good one that's available, when she has it. And she's got several salted pretzel blends. I think I ordered one in her pre-order last week. So, all right. And then another one that I absolutely love, and my other one is on the floor, but it was so beaten up. I was like, I'm not showing it to you because I had put both in my basket. Like, oh, this other one is it's almost gone. And it's, how when you cut up soft wax, it just makes a huge mess. So I thought I would grab my pretty one for you. This is Teddy B's Cinnamon Pretzel Cookie Cake. So this one is soft pretzels covered in cinnamon and sugar, white cake, sugar cookies, bakery dough. So this one's got way more complexity in this. And I'm gonna tell you, the cinnamon sugar in this pretzel and the cake is just extremely good. I know a lot of people, I didn't hear a lot, this was in the pre-order from I think it was August, because the support date was 10/27. I don't know if a lot of people got this. I know I was obsessed with it. I really wish I would have gotten a loaf in this, but I had 2 tubs. Now I'm down to 1.5. I don't even think the other one is a half. But this is so well done. I love her cookie cake blends, any of them. If you haven't warmed them, you need to warm your cookie cake blends, because her cozy cookie cake is phenomenal. Her cinnamon pretzel cookie cake is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I literally want to eat this, because you get cake, you get the sweetness of the cake, but then you get the saltiness and the cinnamon from this pretzel. Gosh dang, this is so good. When I've warmed this, it just makes me so happy. Okay, that is all I actually have, because again, I really thought that I had more pretzel, but then when I was digging through my drawers, I'm like, these are the only ones I really have. So what I'm going to ask you for in this video is, can you please, if I don't have a pretzel blend that you love, or even if it's a combination, like one of my combined scents here, will you let me know which ones you have that maybe I could try out? Because I just think it's fun to have different ones, because you know, one night you might want to try this heavy buttery pretzel, and then the next day you might want to try, I want a really crunchy salty pretzel, like with a little bit of butter in there. And some of them have sweetness. Like I said, I don't know if it just says soft pretzel. You have no idea if they add a little bit of something in it. They might say like soft pretzel, but then you have no idea what their scent, like how they mix and create these scents. So we really have no idea. You know, this one L3 just says pretzel, but do I know what that means? There's no scent description. But this to me is more doughy pretzel. So this is not that perfectly done or burnt or crispy. It's not burnt, but crispy pretzel. So everybody has a different preference on some things. I generally will try any pretzel. I will tell you that they're all so good. I don't know if I can tell you exactly which one's a favorite, because I love them all, honestly. And now that I've pulled this out, I'm going to actually warm this one in my studio here, because this, I've been told, Destinations is so good. And so that's my pretzel blends. So these 2 videos that you've seen are the only 2 that I have thought of so far. So if you have another one you'd like me to compare scents to, let me know. I probably can figure out like a cookie one and a strawberry one and, you know, things like that. But if there's something different, because I think not everybody talks about pretzel, not everyone talks about favorite dirt blends, I want to dive more into that part of it. I'm not, like, I know that Melissa Johnson Haidt has done a great series on breaking down scent notes. I think it's so interesting that she sits and goes through that, because it's so cool to hear what she has to say. I just want to go more or less and break down like what dirt scents do I have and compare them, as well as pretzels. So if there's one that you'd like me to go through, please let me know. Sorry, I have a notification popping up on my iPad, but if there's something you would like me to compare, and maybe I have enough in my collection. Again, my whole point in this is hopefully if you feel like, oh, I only like pretzels that are like this, then maybe this would help you. And remember again though, that this is just me smelling them. And again, when they warm, they do transform. So you have to remember that as well. I'm hoping that you'll use this as a guide. So when you go in and you see a vendor has something, you're like, okay, if I remember correctly, she said this about this one, and I think I would like that. Or, you know, and I don't really want a doughy pretzel, so I want to go on this end of that. So that's just all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed these videos, and I'm going to do some more jotting down. I think my next one might be cotton candy, because I have such a lot of cotton candy blends, and that would probably be really good for summer, you know, as we get there eventually. Because I have some great cotton candy blends, and then I have it's amazing how many cotton candies there are, and some are so much more authentic. And then some, I think that's what my next one's going to be, cotton candy, because now that I'm thinking about it, when I did my wax collection video, I was like, I had so many good cotton candy scents, and some are really, you get that burnt authentic cotton candy, like you freshly made it, and then others are very much sweet and fluffy and airy scents. So I think that'll be my next one I do for you all. But if there's any other ones, let me know, and then I'll just continue to grab ideas, you know, from you all, or I'll just keep going through my scents when I'm pulling them and being like, oh, I have a lot of scents that are like this, that are similar, but what makes them different even though they're kind of similar? Does that make sense? Okay, I'm gonna go. I've got to make dinner. We're having tacos, so I need to go get that all ready. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great week. And I just, you know, let me just say this because you're here. I'm not going to get upset, but I just want to say how blessed I feel that I have made such good friendships with you all in this community. And like when I'm struggling, I've had such people who will just listen to me and let me vent, or give me good sound advice, or just encourage me on a day or a moment that I need it. You just have no idea what that means. And so I hope that you have a person in this community or in this big world that you feel that connection to. And if not, you can always message me. I've been trying to be a little bit more away from my phone just because there's a lot going on in the world, and sometimes you just need a little bit of a mental health break. And I think that's okay to do. So I just want to say again that Michelle had posted on Instagram, and it was so true what she said. And Michelle, I'll put her Instagram and her channel here, or I'll link it below. But she also has an Etsy shop with amazing planner stickers. And she said, if you ever have not felt like you've had a place in the wax community, you're surrounded by the wrong people. And I was like, that is so true. Because when you finally surround yourself with the right people, your vibe and your attitude and your feelings, and you just feel good, you feel better, and you feel energized to make your videos, and you feel all this love that everybody talks about. So I hope that if you're in this space with us, that you do feel that as well, that you feel that love and support that we all have. Are we still human? Yes. But I hope that you feel that as well. And if you don't, reach out to someone, because you are loved, you have a purpose. I truly believe that we all have a purpose by God to be here. We're going to struggle, but God has a plan for you. So with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Bye. Like when I change my shirt to do videos, because you know when you put your fake lashes on because you have no lashes, you don't want to waste a good lash day.